Hello everyone, and welcome back to Engines of Santa Fe, the second episode. Also, before I start, I forgot to let you guys know what this series is inspired by. This series is inspired by Thunderbolt 1000 Siren Productions, Amtrak Guy 365, and Mr. New Jersey Transit, and Cameraman Rail Fan, but mostly Cameraman Rail Fan. Anyways, let's start the video. This episode, we're going to be talking about the General Electric Dash 8. Well, for this episode, it'll just be mainly about just locomotives that I'll be talking about. But, oh well, what can I say? Let's start with the episode. In 1984, General Electric was looking for a replacement for their line of Dash 7 locomotives, like the B40-8W. And so they decided to make the Dash 8. And this is the part where I'm going to be talking about Dash 8s. The very first Dash 8 built was the B32-8. Only 49 were built, and many of them have been sent to Norfolk Southern instead. Well, the BN bought 3 of them. Will later return to GE. In 1988 and 1989, Santa Fe Railway purchased the first B40-8, and this would become a locomotive that will become famous for. When that locomotive was built, it would develop the General Electric B40-8W. B stands for the B wheel arrangement. 40 stands for 40 stands for 4,000 horsepower. Dash 8 stands for the model series, and W stands for the white cab, or safety cab, or whatever you like to call it. The Atchison, Topeka, and Santa Fe Railway was the only railroad to buy the Dash 8, well, B40-8W, and B40-8s too. And there will be something called the C40-8W. Built all the way back in 1987, there will be the C40-8 built by GE. With the C wheel arrangement, 40 stands for 4,000 horsepower, and Dash 8 means the model series. Yes. The Santa Fe purchased 38 of them, number 500 to 582. The B40-8W was the last 4-axle that GE had built, because railroads were beginning to favor 6-axle designs more. The C40-8Ws were built in 1990, and the Santa Fe Railway purchased them in 1992. In that same year, they were used as helpers for Santa Fe 484 Northern Steam Engine number 3751 for an employee appreciation special train from Los Angeles, California to Chicago, Illinois, and returned back. A bit later, there will be the C41-8W with the 41 standing for 4135 horsepower. Yeah. And now it's time for the specification time. Sorry if I sound like this. The B40s have length were 66 feet and 4 inches, while the C40s were 70 feet and 8 inches. The width is 10 feet and 1.5 inches. The C40 is 10 feet and 2 inches. The height is 15 feet and 4.5 inches. Well, the C40s were 15 feet and 4 inches. The B40s weighed at 2,800,000, while the C40s weighed at 391,600 feet. Wait. B40s had a GE 75-2AF traction motor, while the C40 had a 75-2AH The B40s had 68,500 pounds of tractive effort, while the C40s had 106,790 pounds. Both of them had an engine of a GE 7FDL V16 with a top speed of 70 miles an hour, and they had a Leslie RS3L. This is what they had sounded like. Both of the locomotives were painted in red and silver, and which will be known as the War Bonnet paint schemes. After the merger of the BN and ATSF, which would create the BNSF in 1995, some changes will be added on the C40s and B40s, like adding a large logo on the engines, or adding a small patch underneath the numbers. Standard cab logos were being renumbered, while the white cabs just kept their original numbers. Over the years, the Santa Fe water bombs will be given the name pink bonnets because the red paint was getting so faded they looked like pickled pink jeans. 67 C40-8Ws were being sold to the Canadian National in the early 2010s. And in 2014, all the B40 and C40-8s were retired from the BNSF because they've been getting very old. And since the red paint has been chipping off, and now they look completely pink. Some B40-8Ws were either sold to railroads or scrapped, or being stored in various yards, or doing yard switching. While most of the standard cabs are being renumbered again, and in 2018, BNSF sent their B40-8Ws to GE to have a complete overhaul and to have a new upgrade. And now they have been given the new paint scheme, which will be called the Phase 4 scheme. In early 2020, most of the B40-8s and C40-8s and other various locomotives that look just like them were being sent all the way to Galveston, Texas, to be restored and eventual scrapping, or hoping that another railroad would buy these engines. I sure do love the C40s and B40-8Ws because they've been working for the ATSF for a very long time, and hopefully we'll never see one being scrapped. If they do, they sure had a good run, and they'll be in the good hearts of many rail fans, and being in the history books of Santa Fe and the Burlington Northern Santa Fe, or shall I say ATSF and BNSF railways. I hope you guys like this episode. If you do, please subscribe, give it a like, and please visit to my other social medias. See you guys next time, and leave a comment to see what locomotive that I should do in the next episode. If that one has has more likes, I will pin it and I will do that engine. Hopefully I'll get this. See you next time, guys. Bye bye.